We got 65,000 people. We did it. We're now at 64,000 people because, well, quite frankly, there's nothing but death waves in Dorchester all the time. And that's just the way it is, right? That's just, Dorchester is a great place to live as long as you are ready to be, you know, replaced, essentially, is the idea. Because, you know, every couple of years, about 20,000 people die. Besides that, we did get to 65,000 people, so it's airport time. It's small airport time is what it is. So I want to go in with Move It. I want to take out pretty much all of these trees because it's an airport. Wouldn't really make sense to have a bunch of trees in an airport, so they're all gone. I'm thinking it's probably not a bad idea to take the sewage stuff out of here as well. Because, to be honest, I mean, we've got people... We don't have people living near it, but to be honest, you probably don't want to give, you know, Bud Light virus to anybody in the area, so we'll just do that as well. I'm gonna need to remember to put those somewhere else, though. But my thinking here is I want to try and get the runway as close to the water as I can, and I'm thinking I kind of want it to be parallel to this road here. So to do that, I'm just going to measure like this. I'm not even going to use road guidelines. I'm just going to use the grids and go to about there. And I think that'll probably put the... Yeah, that puts the runway essentially on the water, which is exactly where we want it to be. So that distance from this road is fine. I need to find a way to get traffic into that area. That's the tricky part. And I'm really tempted to bulldoze a lot of this space to do it, because I was kind of holding off on bulldozing this area until we got the airport. But now that we have the airport, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking we bulldoze all of this. We run a highway from like this spot here straight through a bunch of intersections here, have it filter into the airport, because it is just a small domestic airport. It's not huge. It's not supposed to be. The international airport can go out there someday. So it's really tempting. And we do have enough money to last if we bulldoze all of that as well. We're making $18,000 to $20,000 every week because the taxes were increased massively. So that might not be a bad idea. And I think that's what we might have to do. So essentially, like, this would get detached, meaning that highway there is completely useless, which is, you know, fair enough. And basically, we would want to bring a highway over these train tracks is what I'd kind of like to do. So I think I'm gonna try that. Well, I say over, they might have to go under, we might have to move some buildings there. I don't really parallel to those tracks. So maybe what we do, take out some of these buildings, which is all industry, by the way. I should probably mention, if you weren't watching the live stream when we built all this, this is industry and offices. It's just, you know, generic zoning. It's nothing exciting. You didn't miss anything, you know, tremendous. But I wanna have the highways be visible. I wanna have them be something you can look at and you can see. It's just personal preference, to be totally honest. I know it's not the most efficient use of space. I know we lose zoning doing this, but I like doing this because it just looks more interesting. That's genuinely it. It just looks a bit more interesting. Again, not to rattle on about, you know, character, but it does, you know, it looks more interesting. You can see the traffic moving about. We can see when stuff is like, you know, not moving. And I just think, you know, having highways pushing through this entire area over to the airport will look kind of cool. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have highways pushing through this entire area, going over to here. We'll have straight slopes on. We'll go to about there. And we'll basically do the same thing in the other direction and connect everything together and hope that it just works, right? So that pushes straight through. We'll turn that into highways here. And then it's going to go straight through all that space as well. We are going to have to bulldoze some of this, annoyingly. But, yeah, I think that'll be kind of cool. So, let's go back here, get rid of you, and start raising this up as well. So this needs to come out. It's currently 6 meters. Let me use a normal road to do this so I can measure it properly. Nice straight slope up to 9 meters. This side, going to be a nice straight slope up to 9 meters as well. It doesn't quite work as nicely as I would have hoped. I wonder if we could... just grab all of those nodes and then level them all out to that height. That actually did work. The tunnels are a bit weird looking, but that works. Can I connect a bridge directly to a tunnel? I actually can. Okay. So that's fair enough. That also happens to work. And then basically we're just going to connect all that together. Right? That's the idea. These two sections of highway are going to connect. That's going to push straight through to the airport, and it'll be fantastic. So, I'm talking really fast here because I'm actually, you know, I feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to regret doing all this as quickly as I'm doing it. I know that, but I feel like I know what I'm doing. So, we're going to stick to the talking fast and acting like I know what I'm doing for the time being. So let's see here. That goes up to that spot, and then that needs to be turned into some of that highway. And then you need to do that. Oh, wow. That's that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that bit. Let's redo some of this. So let's have this actually start sloping up there. And let's have this start sloping up there. It still looks a bit silly, but not as silly. It's quite a steep incline, isn't it? It is definitely that, but we'll not worry too much about it. It's this bit I'm worried about because this is quite a popular monorail station. So I guess what we would do is we are going to need to bulldoze some of this area. But I think what we do is disconnect you. And then we want to go and, let's see, monorails. Need to get rid of the stops in there. Move that station to there. Bulldoze a bunch of this. Then reconnect everything, and we should be okay. This should just work. Bit of a steep thing there, but that's all right. And then the buses as well. The buses, we have buses stopping there. They're going to stop back there. You were stopping there, and you're stopping there. And that should be all right. So everything will still work. I just need to connect it slightly differently. Yeah, we're going to have to connect it slightly differently. So let's try going from there. We're going to have to move that. We're going to have to move that as well. So let's do that. Let's try going from about that spot to... Ooh, that's going to be a very sudden curve, but whatever. They'll survive. They might, their neck, your neck might hurt a little bit after getting this monorail, but honestly, we're sparing no expense when it comes to the new highway, so that looks terrible. That looks awful. That looks genuinely awful, but it's fine. I like this monorail just floating here. Not quite sure what to do with itself. All right. All right. So let's just go ahead and continue all this straight through. So one-way road. We want it to be going over all of that. Nice straight slope to probably there. Does that actually does nicely go over everything, which is fantastic news. Some of the trees are going to need to go there, but that's all right. Who needs nature, right? At the end of the day, it's fine. So nice straight slope out here as well. So about there, very different heights, but thus, I was going to say thus far no problems, but looking at it, that road is, I believe, what they would call in the business not correct. So let's fix that. Is my thinking. It's just it's a technical term. I don't really expect everyone to understand what it means, but definitely not right is what that would be in the biz, as they say. Again, that's another architecture, like it's another City Skylines professional term. The Biz. It's short for, you know, I mean, the business. You know, just I'm not trying to use big terms here and confuse people or anything. I'm being really patronizing. There's nothing funny about anything I've just said there. It just came across as really patronizing, didn't it? Well, there you go. Hashtag ConflictNerd exposed. Why am I talking? I'm talking in the third person now. This is getting out of hand. I need to do, let me see here, 15. So another straight line of about 15 here. And 15 here as well. And then I should, yeah, 13 by 13 and 14 by 14. That's perfect. All right. So that'll be our highway that goes, you know, straight through everything. Those slopes are rough. Okay, let's just take a second and redo a little bit of that. Let's go back to here and redo from that spot. Actually, we'll redo up to that spot. So I should be able to get a really nice, you know, straight slope curve on this. Or not. What about here? Is that gonna... Nope. Okay, well, that's good. I was really hoping that... really hoping it would let me, but apparently not. Really? That's not... Okay, so these are actually gonna have to come out a little bit. That's... I wish it would just, you know, work sometimes. The old... Because you hold Alt to get the old thing the thing. You hold Alt to get the thing to show up that lets you do the slopes and all that, right? It doesn't always work. And it's frustrating. But whatever. That's just I want these slopes to be like exact. I'm not gonna lie. They kind of need to be. I want this highway to look perfect. If I'm bulldozing through neighborhoods, it better be a good looking highway. All right, that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So that'll be a straight slope there. And this should be a straight slope there. And then upgrade all of it. And hopefully, having done that, it is, well, that bit's nice looking. This bit falters ever so slightly, but that's okay. We can raise these bits up to that height. No, I said raise them up to that height. And I guess that works, right? It's not dreadful. Raise those bits up, lower that one, grab you and grab you. Make them the same height, which they are, and then lower them down a little bit. That looks fine. So that'll go from this intersection the whole way around to the airport, right? And that means that for this place, oh God, how do you get to the airport from the city itself though? I guess we are gonna have to do a connection over here somehow. But I'm thinking we're also gonna want to do some kind of junction here. Not that one, but some kind of like, I don't know, trumpet interchange. Not that one. Something like this here to connect to that highway. Otherwise, I might have built myself into a bit of a pickle here. And by a bit of a pickle, I mean definitely a pickle. I don't even like pickles. Not gonna lie, they're disgusting. But that's beside the point. What the hell? I don't even like pickles. That's sorry. It's fine. So it's one of those episodes is what this is. Let's see. So let's do like 6 there, and I should be able to build this pretty much exactly where I want it. So right there. I should have elevated that whole thing. Hold on. I need to tear that out and elevate it. Because it's not going to work if it's not elevated. I could have... no, I couldn't have used move it to do that. Okay, so this elevate to whatever height that is right now. Oh, but then I can't connect it. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. This is actually going to be a nightmare to elevate, I think. Well, actually, maybe not. Hold on. 6, 1, 2, 3. That'll give me 9. And then elevate and connect. There we go. So that's now elevated, which is good. So bulldoze all of this, bulldoze that. We're going to have to redo that tunnel, but that's fine. This can stay... It's a nice straight slope into there, which is pretty good. This obviously doesn't connect like that, so bulldoze you, bring this out with the road guideline to that spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the slope nice and straight, and then just run it underground, basically. So tunnel, 1, 2, 3 to that spot, and then that. So you're never going to see on the underside of things that, you know, it's a bit weird. But right here, it just looks fine. So that, I think, is pretty good. Actually, we could just turn most of that into... Actually, we can turn all of this into bigger roads. So that's fine. That should work. And then we just have to figure out how this is all going to get connected together. So that actually works. This bit, I don't know what we're going to do with this bit. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be a nightmare. A lot of this is going to be a nightmare, but we'll get there. And the good news is it means this little sunken highway will still work, and you can get to the airport on the same road. So essentially what I'm saying is I am completely winging it, as I always do in City Skylines. That's about the gist of this. So, little thing like that. And then little thing like that. And then straight into there. And then some of this will have to get changed. Like this bit here is all going to have to be elevated slightly differently. But I think I'm onto something here. I might be onto something. It's auto-saving. Okay. So that's nice and straight. That's all a nightmare. This bit, I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do with this bit. I don't have any idea how I'm going to make this work. But again, that'll be I guess that's something for future Dylan to figure out rather than current Dylan, because I don't really feel like doing that. So yeah, future me can deal with that. Is what'll happen there. That slope's all pretty good. These are probably a bit high. We could lower those to maybe be that height. And then lower all of these guys to be that same height. So that looks decent. That's very steep. Yes, this highway intersection brought to you by Red Bull. I might actually want to go underneath there. I might want to go underneath that. Hold on. Let's level this whole thing out. Every bit of it. Level the entire thing out to that height, right? And then grab these nodes and sink them underneath. I think that probably works better. Like, I get the feeling that just... I get the feeling that works, right? You know, it works better. It's on a hill. It's less of a nightmare. I mean, some of this has to kind of be lowered as well. But I think that kind of works. So that's not so steep. That's pretty good. It's definitely not... Like, none of it is as steep as it was. Which is probably for the best. Honestly, it does kind of need to lower a little bit more, but that's fine. We'll not stress too much about that. Do we have, like, any... Hold on a second. What I want to do here is bring that across. Bulldoze you guys. Level all of this to the same height as everything else. So bring it up to that height, which it is. And then we can do some nice straight slopes to there. And like that. And suddenly everything's nice and level. So that works better, I think. This can be lowered, of course, which, good lord, that is ridiculous. And this can be lowered as well. So yeah, I think that'll work better, having it go underneath there. This stays nice and flat, which is beautiful. And then this just gets changed into the highway sections that it needs to be. So yeah, that absolutely works out. I'm realizing that... Hold on a minute. Let's have these be sections of 2. And then... Oh, I don't know what way to do this, actually. I'm not really sure. I think that should be a section 2 as well. I think we're just going to do it like that. We'll have it switch to the section, like the 2-lane road as it goes along that way. I don't want to go back to 3 lanes on this entire section of highway. I think that'll be unnecessary. So I think that's fine. Now, how do we connect this? We need to build the airport, right? So the airport there or like further along? I kind of feel like further along might be the answer. So extend this, let me keep you on the ground. Extend it there. That is the midpoint of that road. So the airport can go right there. Huh. That's not good. That's not how runways. No. So, let's try and fix that. You definitely, I don't think, I'm no expert, right? You know, just in case anyone's ever been curious, I, in fact, don't know anything about, well, most things. So I'm pretty sure that's not how that's supposed to work, is what I'm getting at. You know, I do have this, I fake a sense of confidence about knowledge, but in fact, no. That should be fine. Let's bring the terrain out a little bit. I didn't really want to do too much terrain editing here, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice. So bring this all out. We'll let the simulation run while I do it, because it needs to, it's going to need to update and get rid of all that water. And then what I should be able to do is go in here with move it and do that, and it should update eventually. There we go. So that's updated so that the keys have the terrain on the left side. So if I grab the building and level it to that height, that actually did absolutely nothing. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. And we'll place it again. So right there. Why? Why? Why would you do that? That's even worse. That's even worse. Oy. All right, brush size up a little bit. Let's just flatten as much of this as we possibly can. And we'll leave the simulation running while we do it. Let's, level some of that out. Do a little bit of that. Maybe we do like a 45-degree angle here, or 135 will do. Turn off guidelines for a second. Give me like a 135-degree angle there. And we can extend that around at some point. And back here, let me do a 130. Give me a 135, please. Give me that 130. There it was. It was there. There it is. 135 like that. So that'll let me nicely border things here once we get the extra tiles and all that. People are oh, I ran the simulation without sewage. Oh no. Oh, hold on. We need to keep it paused. I've done that before. There we go. Nice flat runway. That's what you want to see. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. No. That's bad. That's bad. We need to dump sewage somewhere. I think I have an idea. I'm thinking down here, right? We dump it by the airport. So you're coming in for a landing. You look out. If you look out the right side of the aircraft, you will see sewage. Basically, is the way that'll work. So we'll do a few of these. I don't think 3 of them is going to be enough, but we'll do 3 of them for the time being. They are quite large structures to have at the end of a runway. Never mind. No. I want this airport to look nice. I don't want sewage right at the end of the runway. Where can I put sewage in this place? I guess over here. So let's go ahead and grab those trees and those props and take everything out of there. So do that. That's right next to like a touristy thing though. This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to, we don't really have a choice, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we'll select the buildings. We'll level those out to be that height. They should have power, right? Yeah, they do have power. That's good. And then we'll just connect them and hope that 4 of them will be enough. So 4 sewage treatment plants. They are in fact enough? Not enough? They're enough. Okay, so that's fine. So yeah, that's all right. That's, you know, it's going to probably flood some of that area. There is a very low road around here somewhere. Oh, it's over way down here. Never mind. That'll be fine. So yeah, that can go out to the sea. That's all right. Not a big deal. Everyone can stop complaining. I guess... I really don't know what way to do this airport. I'm almost tempted to say that what we could do is use... do we have dedicated bus roads? Is that a thing? We do. So I'm thinking we use some dedicated bus roads and allow buses to go out to the airport via, like, directly from the city, which will let people walk out to the airport and get, you know, we can do monorails and metros and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think we allow normal civilian traffic to drive to the airport. So if you want to drive to the airport, you have to get over here onto the highway and then drive that way to get to the airport. And I think that's fair enough. Like, I think that'll be fair enough. So that's kind of what we'll do. Let me elevate to 9 meters from here and take out that road. So my thinking is we bring this all the way up to there. And what distance is that going to be? So that is exactly 18. So that's fine. Let's grab ourselves this. And if it's 9, oh, that's going to be tricky. Let's change our elevation step a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let me change that completely to be 8. Because it's a little bit easier to divide. So down to 8 meters. And the whole way along here. And then we'll go in and get this road. And we're going to curve it. So it'll be, if that's 18, it needs to be a 9 by 9 curve. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll keep straight slopes on. And then we want to go 9 and 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4 down to ground level. And then straight over. So that is a bit wonky looking, admittedly. It's not perfect, but it gives us a decent little curve down there. So we can just raise that bit up. And there you go. So just a nice little gentle curve down towards the airport itself. So something like that. Does the job nicely. And that's basically going to get connected directly to the highway. Obviously, we now need to go through all of this area, which is great. That's just what you want to do. Bulldoze entire neighborhoods for highways. Welcome to Cities Skylines. Same thing here. So yeah, that just goes straight through there. What is going on with that road? It's why is it wobbly? Why is it wobbly? Why did it do that? That's a bit... Okay, all right. Well, we're going to do that again because it's a little bit too wobbly for my liking. That's not that's not quite what I want for this road, I'm not going to lie. Is that wobbly? No, that's better. Okay, so I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I think I have, but that's, yeah, you don't quite want that. Either way, this is pretty solid for where we can start curving over towards this other road. To bring this out, that's gonna be 25 by 15. So I can bulldoze that bit, and then that should be 25 by 27. That's fine. So 25, 27. And that just slopes down a little tiny bit. Just there. So that seems perfect. And that's a pretty good, that'll be a good connection into the airport, I think. And basically, I think we do the same thing. Hold on a minute. Let me try something here. Let me have that there and that there. So I can bulldoze these bits and measure this exactly. So this is 14. So we want to go 14 here as well. And keep that on the ground. So 14 up to there. And then we want to start elevating. I think. Unless I can do that entire curve. But I would dot it. Yeah, I can't really do that. Although that is what? That's 37. So 42 would be what the curve is, I think. I think 42 would be what I'm looking for there. So if I was to do a curve, we go out to 42, we go like that. It might have to be 43. So 43 is probably about as close as we're going to get there. So let's keep the straight slopes on. Let's do that. And that is not terrible, honestly. And then just turn this little road down here into a one-way road. So that whole section there needs to be on the ground for one. And basically that might be a bit much though, actually. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's have this road come out a bit further. So you're going to come out to... let's see, if that's where that curve starts. We're going to have it come out to there. And then that means this road here needs to come out to about the same kind of roughly there is what I'd be thinking. So that way we can get, you know, a nice little curve, nothing too crazy, but, you know, still a 16 by 18, that's fine. So that basically, not quite as large of a curve, not quite, you know, going as crazy as it would have been. I think that works. And then, yeah, so that'll be a way into the airport, then out of the airport, all that good stuff. You drop people off, you're going to be using the highway is what you're going to be doing. And then this whole space is going to be, I don't know, this space can be parking lots. This space can be, honestly, all sorts of things. But I think we do want to have buses that can come into this area and then leave this area and all that good stuff. So we don't necessarily have any avenues that could just support buses, which would be nice because it means I could bring this avenue straight through. But I guess what we do is, I don't know. I guess we use this avenue here, bring it straight through, and maybe we don't need that to have bus lanes. Actually, I think I have an idea. I want to use. I wish I could get this without the trees on it. That would be, actually, that ain't too bad. We'll do that. So we'll do that. We'll bring it in a little bit further, and we will go 10. We'll go 10. And basically my thinking's going to be we'll put parking lots on that. So we'll put parking lots there. We'll turn this into like a connection for, you know, parking lots and all that. Bring this over and connect it to there. And that's going to be a road just for buses. And then this can continue and be parking lots. This can continue, you know, into to parking lots and all that stuff. What distance is this? So that is 18. So if we go 18 here, that brings us to that spot. So up to there. And yeah, those can be roads strictly for buses. So that is in, that is out. That way we can have a bus that goes, well, from this transport hub out to the airport. So my thinking would be Do we have a bus line currently that goes from one transport hub to the other? That light blue one. So that... No, not that light blue one, actually. I think we only have two bus lines that go from... Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is bus stop in front of the airport. Bus stop comes into here. Bus stop goes to that transport hub. And then I want to say it comes back to this side. So it goes here. And then back to the airport. So that way you can go from the airport to here or there, and then from there to here to the airport. I think that'll be pretty solid. So let's make that line. What color do we want to go for? Let's go for a nice sort of strong blue color. All right, so we'll go for that. And I think that'll be pretty successful. I think that'll kind of work. I think that'll be pretty good. Now this space in the middle. I'm kind of torn on this space in the middle. Because I do like to... We have a unique building that I like to play with when it comes to airports. This one. I love this thing. I think it looks really cool, but it might be better to use this for the international airport. I mean, it kind of looks interesting there, but it's a bit big. It's a bit much, right? So I think we'll use that. We'll use that for the international airport. Is what we'll do. I am seeing a bunch of people as well in the live stream chat saying bring the monorail through to the airport. I do want to. I guess we could. It's just, I don't know if there's much point. Because we have a hub right here. You know, there's a hub already kind of there, so I don't know if it makes sense. We could do like a monorail train hub. I don't think we're going to want that. We could do monorail station just there, right alongside the airport. I guess we can do that. I just don't know what way we're going to do the tracks going out to it. I really don't know there, but we'll figure it out. So this needs to... Honestly, it needs to go over the road, is what it needs to do. So this needs to be probably about 10 meters would go over that road comfortably. Maybe 9 meters, actually. I don't know what way this gets elevated, so let's try 8. We could go lower. Let's try 6. 6 is actually pretty good. So we'll do that. We'll do... I don't know how this is going to work at all, but we're going to find out. We'll do that. We'll do that. Good Lord. So like I said earlier, I don't know much about monorails. I don't think that's what they're supposed to do. I don't think that's considered safe. Again, I'm not an expert. You know, I feel like I need to stress that. You know, not an expert. But I don't think they're supposed to do that. Is what I'm saying. So we're gonna do this instead. What is that? 12. And that is 11. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do a nice straight slope that goes like this. And a nice straight slope that goes like that. And that's not so bad. We could probably do the same thing here. And the same thing here. That's honestly not as bad. Although I kind of like the idea of doing, I don't know, a proper little curve here. So, what is that? 3. So, bulldoze. And over here as well. So, what is that? 3, bulldoze. So, to that spot? Yeah. Okay. So, we'll elevate to... I don't know where I'm going here, actually. That's 3. We want to elevate to there. And then on this side, that's 3. Let me see. So that, let me get this right. 3, elevate to there. Did I do that? I did that wrong. Damn it. No. Hold on a minute. There. And what way am I supposed to? Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. I've nailed it. There you go. And then just a nice little curve. Right. Nothing too crazy. That. And that. That was more of a struggle than it should have been. Why does that? There's something about that that makes me, it's a really uncomfortable shape. I really don't like, There's something really weird looking about that shape that I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't know. That's weird. It looks really weird. I don't know. It's again, so the live stream chat saying it's vaguely phallic. I don't know that this is. I'm gonna say it. I don't know that this will. I'm usually pretty good at spotting these things. I don't think this one is. I don't think this counts. I'm gonna say I don't think this one counts. I just don't. I don't think this counts. That's all I'm saying. I don't think this one counts as vaguely phallic. Or phallic at all, really. But, you know, to each their own. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's get some parking lots in here. And let's just... there's actually people going out there. That's kind of cool. Let's use these as well. So let's use these red brick paths because I think they'll look really cool out here. We can actually do the ones with trees on them as well. Get some nice bits of nature out here. So we'll do this and extend it down to the side there. I think those trees are probably not the type of trees we want to use out here. They look a little bit weird, but whatever. That's fine. So that goes to about there. Yeah, I think this will look decent. Let's get a couple more parking lots in here so we can bring power across and actually get this this whole thing up and running, which it now should be, which is fantastic. And let's just make sure. Why? Hey, where are you going? No. Not doing that. Hold on a minute. Road restrictions. No. Taxi, no. Delivery, no. Recycling, sure. So buses, recycling, and yeah, that's fine. Emergency. So no, and no. So that will, yeah. That I think works. That works. I like it. So that'll be our airport, essentially. Which I think will be kind of cool. I think it'll be kind of nice having, you know, people able to get out there via, you know, the monorail. We can do a little pedestrian crossing right there as well. We could do one there. We can do one right there. And then we could actually do traffic lights in those too, just so, you know, people actually cross safely. Maybe in those spaces as well. So people can get around here nice and safely. We probably also don't want people parking out here thinking about it. So we're not going to have that. So off to the parking lots you go. And yeah, I kind of like that. I do kind of like that. I think that'll be kind of cool. I just kind of want to see a plane come in at this point. And that's for this bit over here. I mean, I honestly still have no idea what to do with this. I just don't know. So, I mean, we can bulldoze a lot of this. We could... I mean, this kind of needs fixed. You know, this needs fixed sooner than later. So... yeah, I just don't know. I think this needs to be elevated. For sure. This needs to come up into like into a bridge of some sort. So, I mean, there, basically. So that, I mean, that's not connected. That now works. That's just not quite what I have in mind for it. So if I was to do, let me see here. Two-way highway. So upgrade to that, but elevated. Bulldoze those bits. Bring those, you know, back a little bit. We could go ahead and, you know, bring this out to, I don't know what distance. Let's use, can I elevate these guys? No. All right. So bring you out to like, I don't know, 8 or like 10 and in. 10 and in. And turn those into these guys. Right, so that'll sort of work. This is temporary. Don't worry, this is temporary. And then let me see here. That all needs to be leveled. I think hold on a minute. Let me grab these nodes. Let me grab all these because I need them to be the same height so I can actually get a better idea of what I'm doing. So they're not that height. They don't line up and that really annoys me, but that's fine. So you would go, say 10 and there, or like, what is that? 9 and there. And you would do the same thing. So 9 and there. This is going to be a disaster. I don't know how I feel about this. No, that needs to be curved. That kind of needs to be curved. So if I was to put, if I chop those bits out, I feel like I shouldn't use the term chop anything out after what I've built over there, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. Let's see. So can I get these to line up? I totally can. Right. So that, what the hell? Hello? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, cities? That's better, obvious. Oh my god. I can't even. Oh, good lord. Right. Let's bring that down a little bit. Let's bring that down just a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I have no idea how I'm going to make this work. It needs to, though. It really needs to. Oh, what do I do? What am I going to do? I have no, I mean, that and that, and then curve them slightly and hope for the best. I think I might just do this as a temporary thing. I'm not going to lie. I might, oh my God. I might do this as a temporary thing and come back to it later. Right? And then, I mean, so that'll be fine. Let me see. Let me set up some junction stuff here. You go there, you go there, you go there, and you go there, right? You to there, you to there. Right? Looks awful. Looks genuinely terrible. But it will work for the time being, and that's all I need it to do. Right? It is not my best work. You know, I'm not proud of what I've built here. But it will work. And that's kind of what I need it to do right now. So let's let everyone enter junctions, and everyone enter junctions, and there we go. It's now functional. That seems fair enough. That's... I hate everything about this. I could have made this so much easier and just done tunnels. I actually could have just done tunnels, couldn't I? Like, have this turn into a tunnel and then come back up. Oh my, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I could have done tunnels. That's a steep hill. I'm asking a lot of any vehicle there, really. Yeah, that'll be, oh boy. I mean, it's getting used, though. Look at this. Look at these guys. Right? You hit that hill, you throw your hands in the air, you just kind of hope for the best, basically. That's, you know, I'm just gonna not look at it. That's basically where I'm at. I'm just gonna not look at it. Let's do a couple more parking lots out here. See if we can get ourselves something like that. Ooh. I kind of like that, actually. Getting some extra parking lots up there by the airport terminal itself. And these ones with the lights in the middle are pretty cool as well. So we'll do that. And then I'm thinking that we could do like a fence down between those. Some kind of wall to nicely separate everything. And we've got this one here, the zoo fence. Personal favorite of mine. So we'll use the zoo fence for it. And I'm going to do it this way so I can like properly extend both ends of it there. So if I grab those nodes, copy, and put it, say, why do they not? Ooh, that's going to be weird. Okay. I think about there should be pretty solid. And then grab that one, extend it out to about there. Grab that one and extend it out to about there. Yeah, that seems fine. Just a nice way to separate them. And grab these nodes again, copy and paste over the other side, and we are sorted. So, about there. And exactly the same thing. Extend to there and extend to the other side as well. So to about there. Nope. Want to get rid of the fence. There we go. So that seems fine. That nicely separates those. We can get some like stuff in here, I guess. We could actually do like some park stuff in there, make it fancy and all that. So maybe that's what we do. Bring that down to here. Bring that down to here. And we'll do like some park space in there. And maybe the same in here as well. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people. How many people are like using planes? 183 passengers there. A lot of people waiting for buses. A lot of people waiting for the monorail. This might be the best thing that's ever happened to this part of the city. For public transport, anyway. This might like massive. Oh, my God. There's a lot of people coming and going there. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. We've actually managed to get people, you know, moving out here in a pretty cool way. The buses are... Where are the buses? Oh, there they are. Have they just got here? Or are they just... I think they might just all be clumped up in one group, and that's about it. So, I mean, fair enough. That's not the end of the world. So the buses can come in, and then they can use the bus lanes whatever way they want. And I want to see how many people it actually drops off. Is it going to drop off all 51? It dropped off most of them. Not bad. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I do want to do more stuff on each side of the airport. I think that's going to be kind of important, but I don't know. We also need to get... Isn't there a mod that lets you set like a distance between buses? I feel like there is. It's like advanced vehicle controls or something like that. I feel like there is. I feel like I need that because they shouldn't be. I mean, there's 3 people there. There's 1 on that one. There's 2 people on that one. I feel like, yeah, I feel like we're gonna need some stuff here for sure. Also, let me have a look over this way. How many people are using the... How many people want out there? Oh, wow. Okay, so all the buses on this side are actually quite popular and, you know, successful. The buses here are getting used a decent amount. Monorail's getting used a decent amount, so that's good. How many people on that plane? 58. How many people got off that plane? I think it takes a second for them to come through. I might be wrong on that. Maybe not. Okay. Well, I mean, we have an airport. We don't have an air traffic control tower. We don't have much for the airport, honestly. I do need to get my hands on... What do you call it? There's a mod that lets me put in, like, extra terminals. I think that might be a really good shot. To be honest, I think that would be good. So, we're probably going to want to do that. We could throw some taxi stands in here as well. They look a bit weird having a tree in them, so might have to find somewhere else for the taxi stands. Could do over here. And I guess I could do over here as well. Which would mean the taxis are actually able to, you know, pick people up from the city rather than having to go to the highways. So a couple of taxi stands there I think will be a good shot. Although I kind of wonder, would it make more sense to do something like that and something like that, and then throw a couple of taxi stands in there? Obviously, this left side kind of getting blocked by the wall, but just rotate them around and move it a little bit, and do that. I think that looks all right. I think that looks kind of cool. So let's line it up with there. And let's try and just line this one up a little bit better as well. So something like that. I kind of like that. I do kind of like that. And then we can just pave these areas and turn them into like plazas or put grass in there or do something like that. I think that'll be kind of cool. So we can get some taxis out here. We've got... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. People will park on those roads. We don't want them doing that. No parking in those roads, please. There we go. And yeah, we'll do more parking lots in all these spaces. We got like this thing out here. We can put something in. Could probably do a multi-story out here. I don't think there's going to be any unique buildings I can put out here that aren't going to look weird. Admittedly, I mean... Well, actually, I'd say that. The television studio wouldn't look terribly weird out here. I think it would look kind of decent out here, to be honest. It's not going to necessarily look like it's a TV studio because it's out in the middle of nowhere, but... Yeah, I kind of like that. That might look kind of cool. It would need to be facing the other way. I'd want to move the tower away from the side the runway's on, though. So that's our mid spot there. So can I do... Let me see. If I do this, can I put that television studio thing in there and not have it look weird? Does that look all right? That actually kind of does. I kind of like that. You know, just off to the side, it's you know, yes, it's a TV studio, but it looks all right. I think it looks the part. We'll just, you know, change the road in front of it to be that one. Extend it out to about there and out to about there. And then do parking lots beside it or something. I think that's kind of cool. Then on this side, we can do something similar. You know, pave around all this, make it look a little bit more built up, a little bit more official, all that good stuff. I think I do have a parking lot that would work here, I think. I might be wrong on that, actually. I thought I had a parking lot that was 3 tiles wide, but apparently I've only got ones that are 2, so we'll do those instead. And, yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's kind of cool. This area in front could probably just be parking lots as well. So we could do parking lots with grass. Might be a little bit silly, but, yeah, that's a bit much. That's definitely a bit much. We'll just use the, we'll just use these guys and, do like a path between them or something. So something like that, I think kind of works. So yeah, we'll do all that, right? We'll decorate all that. We'll get it together. We'll make it look right. We got, you know, planes coming in, planes going. The airport is coming together. It's sort of functional. It's, I think it's going to work. I think that's going to be a really cool place for an airport, especially when we get this tile, because then we can actually go ahead and, like, you know, we'll probably want to get some props, more terminals, some prop planes, all that kind of stuff, and actually make it look like a proper airport. Because right now it just looks like an airfield. But that's cool. I like that. We got this connected horribly. We got this big old highway coming around here, which I think will be super efficient for, you know, if you want to go to the airport, you have to use that highway or use public transport. I like it a lot. Traffic in here, worse than it's ever been. It's honestly, I mean, look, I don't want to look at this, but 62% traffic flow is not one of my proudest moments. It's not one of my better moments, not one of my prouder moments, but you know, you deal with what you've got, right? You deal with what you got, and what we got is 61% traffic flow. All right, it's good enough.